Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are unboxing and taking a look at the Green Witch's deck of magical herbalism, 50 of the most magical plants, herbs, and flowers to empower your craft. This is by Arin Murphy-Hiscok, the author of The Green Witch, and illustrated by Brynn Wilcox. This is published by Simon & Schuster. Thank you so much to them for sending this my way. I am very excited because this seems like a different deck from Arin, but I love her other decks, so I'm really excited to see what this is all about. Retailing for $20 in the US and $28 in Canada. And of course, everywhere that you can legitimately purchase this will be linked in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. Heighten your magic with the power of plants. The Green Witch employs the magical energies of herbs, plants, and flowers to enhance their spiritual practice. Drawing on the Green Witch's herbal wisdom, you'll discover 50 beautifully illustrated cards featuring the most common plants to use in your spiritual practice. With each card, you'll discover the magical properties of plants and how to harness the power of herbology with spells, recipes, and rituals to transform your practice. For further wisdom, you'll explore the accompanying guidebook for assistance on the different ways to prepare your herbs, the planetary associations of each plant, the crystals and stones in harmony with the plants, and more. Whether you're a seasoned practitioner or a curious seeker, these cards will guide you in using the Earth's gifts to manifest your intentions and deepen your connection to nature. Step into the enchanting realm of herbal magic and transform your practice with the Green Witch's deck of magical herbalism. All right. Very cohesive with her other decks there. I like the packaging. Okay, so before we get into the cards, I just want to take a peek at the guidebook here. Okay, so table of contents. We have part 1, which is about using your herbs, flowers in your craft. And we have tools, doing your research, preparing the herbs, ways to extract the energy from the plants, and then crafting charms with herbs. And then part 2 is all of the herbs themselves, and they each have their own page number, which is fantastic. And then in the very back, we have magical properties. All right, so unlike tarot decks or oracle decks, the cards in the Green Witch's deck of magical herbalism are meant to be more practical and useful to you as a Green Witch. Go to the cards when you need inspiration for a new spell or when you want to have the energy of a certain herb present in your day. Put a particular card on your altar or in your sacred space when you need the healing motivation that plant can inspire. Okay. I love that. I feel like this is a great deck if you are looking for a specific, energy to work with or to, kind of do your own spell crafting. That's fantastic. Using herbs and flowers in your craft. So we have tools, everything that you could use for that. Preparing the herbs, freezing the herbs, drying herbs. Then it has spell bags. You have a protection charm in here. Sweet Dreams pillow, elemental blessing, and then here we go with the herbs. Okay, we'll get back into that after the flip through here. I do want to take a peek at the cardstock. Not bad. It's like her other decks. Very sturdy, but staying flexible. I would say about a medium thickness. There's a slight glare, but I would call it a matte. All right, so on the front, we're going to have the drawing of the herb's name, the Latin name for it, and then the magical properties most commonly used in the plant. So Angelica. And then on the back, we'll have some sort of way to use it. So this one is the room spray. Fantastic. Basil bowl, bay. I love the art style. Bay leaf spell, bee balm, another spell, calendula. I love using calendula. Another spell, caraway. Protection oil. Carnation. Another spell. Oh, one of my other favorites, chamomile or chamomile. Ritual for Imbolc. Chive. There's a charm. Cinnamon. And a cinnamon spell. So far, just glancing down at the ingredients that you would need for this, they're commonly, you would commonly have it in your house, or they seem very easy to procure. So comfrey, and another charm, daffodil, another spell, daisy, a blessing, dandelion, another spell, dill, doorstep spell, eucalyptus, posy, gardenia, another spell, geranium, hyacinth, and we'll shuffle them just to see how they shuffle and look at the actual spell on the back of one. Iris, jasmine, the jasmine oil, nice, lady's mantle, ritual, lavender, we all love lavender, most of us all love lavender, spell, lilac, another room spray, lily, spell, lily of the valley, another spell, lupine. This is fantastic because you can kind of go through and see what you have access to and the correspondences that you'll need. Mint, another spell, mugwort, sachet, mullein, spell, nettle, another spell, nutmeg. I love nutmeg. Pansy, spell bottle, parsley, spell, patchouli, floor wash, poppy, charm bag, primrose, spell, rose, spell, rosemary, another one of my favorites. I have a huge rosemary bush in the backyard. Spell, oh, charm, sage, spell, snapdragon. They're so pretty. Our neighbors have some growing and they look stunning in the spring and summer. Sunflower, abundance charm, tarragon, transformation ritual, time spell, tulip, ritual, valerian, spell, verbena, oil of inspiration, violet, spell, wormwood, uncrossing. That's nice. Spell for banishing. Love that. Oh, and that's very, very easy ingredients. And yarrow. Courage charm. Okay, so I know you don't really need to shuffle these for the usage of this, but I want to see anyway. Very nice. Okay, and overhand, yeah, it works well too. Okay, let's get a card to read, please. So we're going to read for nettle. Okay, so magical properties here are cleansing, protection, health, and deflecting negativity. And then on the back, it's the spell. Nettle has been used as an aphrodisiac in fertility magic, in healing charms, and as protection from misfortune and evil. A fire-associated herb, it can also inspire confidence. This spell uses Nettle's fiery energy to draw together energy and give you a boost towards your goal with confidence. So, you would need matches or a lighter, red candle in holder, 1 tablespoon of dried nettle, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, a small carnelian stone, and a small drawstring pouch. That seems pretty decent. I think we all usually will have that stuff around. Light a candle, combine the herbs and carnelian in a small drawstring pouch. Don't close it yet. Carefully hold the pouch over the candle flame, saying, "Fire, energize these herbs and stone. Bring me energy, motivation, and confidence to drive forward." Close the pouch and leave it by the candle until the candle has burned down. Carry the pouch with you. Very easy, simple spell. And the ingredients here we either have or can be purchased for a littler amount. It's not a huge expense. So I do want to see what it has to say about nettle in the book here. 58. All right. Nettles are easily recognized by their heart-shaped leaves and stinging hairs that deliver a sharp but harmless sting. As a result, nettles are often associated with protection and warding off unwanted energies. Nettle contains vitamin C, iron, magnesium, and other minerals, including silica, which can help strengthen bones, hair, and nails. It can be consumed internally, but must be blanched or cooked first. You should not eat this herb raw. Healing uses: supports immune system, anti-inflammatory, diuretic, and restores health and vitality. And then we have the magical correspondence down here. Planet Mars, element fire, chakra root, and crystal carnelian and celebration would be Beltane or Mayday. Okay, I think this is fantastic. Ooh, we have more magical properties. So you can come back here if you want something specific. So say you want cleansing, you can go to nettle, rosemary, tarragon, and thyme and figure out how you want to utilize it. Fantastic. So for those of you who need a little bit more hands-on approach instead of a book, this might be fantastic for you to kind of just pick around and choose, especially since there's already spells or things to use on the back already to go for you. There's an illustration. All the properties are there. This is really well done in my opinion. I think this is useful for anyone wanting to start out with herbs in general, or if you're wanting to try to craft your own spells or just kind of play around, so to speak, in the herbalism. I think it's beautifully done, and I'm excited to get to know it on a more personal level and kind of play around with the herbs. So you can even use these as flashcards, or like the guidebook had said earlier, as, energy on your altar, or you can look at it during the day. So maybe you don't have nettle available to you where you are at, but you can focus on the energy of what nettle brings during the day by putting it somewhere that you can see all day or on your desk, etc. So I think that's fantastic. I am, like I said, very impressed because I always really like Arin Murphy-Hiscok's decks and her books. So if you have not checked out any of her decks before, this is your first time seeing her stuff, I'll link her other decks in the eye above, and I highly recommend checking out any of her books that she has written because they are very highly detailed and they are so beneficial. So with that being said, I would love to know what your thoughts are on this deck. Are you excited about it? Is it something that you think you will need? Is this something that you think would be a good contributor to your practice? What are your thoughts? Please let me know everything in the comments and leave a flower or herb emoji of your choice to let me know you've made it this far in the video. Thank you so much to Simon and Schuster again for sending this my way, and thank you all for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. If you have not done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.